Hello everyone, this is Flammy and welcome back. We're here with Derp and another high-level gameplay in Clash of Clans. Alright, so what's going on here? So I just started a construction recently. I started this barracks. It's actually my last barracks that I've yet to max out. You can see that these three are all up to level 10. This one is only level 8, so yes, it is slowly working its way up there. So 4 days for that one. I did start this guy yesterday on this Tesla, and that was a whole lot of gold. That was 2.5 million gold. So yeah, that was a lot. I do also have a dark barracks that's up to level 4, so in honor of that, I am building a golem, as you can see right here. Right there. So it is going to be done in a little while, so not for this video, but soon, soon, soon. This other guy, don't have enough elixir to upgrade it, might get around to that. I don't really have anything better to spend elixir on, which is why I started this barracks going up. It's sort of just like, whatever. See, this guy, this would be a great project, except Town Hall 9 is needed. Beyond that, yeah, everything's going pretty well. I've been burning gold on walls. I started upgrading these inner walls. But before I get too into that, let's just go on the attack and see what we can do with this army. But what army do we have? Well, we got a pretty special army. We've got 2 P.E.K.K.as, we got 20 wizards, 20 goblins, 48 archers, and a single lonely wall breaker who I have no idea how he got in there. Let me check my clan castle, guys. Okay, all archers, that is good. And I think I should have a good complement of spells wherever my spell factory is. There it is. And the spell factory indeed has one of each as intended, so that's good. I like to have one of each. Now, I'm going to go and search for a match, and hopefully we can find some good resources, because we've got a nice expensive army. And I did say I would do this, and I meant to do this a long while back, but you know what, it just hasn't happened, so here we go today with it. Basically going to look for anyone who's Town Hall 8 or 9, or even 7 if they've got really good resources, because this is an expensive army. I'm not sure off the top of my head exactly how much it costs, but it's going to be a pretty penny. Right here, this would actually be not bad to steal resources from. All the resources, or the majority of them, should be in outside collectors and mines. So you see here, they look very full. These elixir collectors show that they do have, or storages show that they do have some. However, I'm not going to attack that. I could do it with just archers and pick off some, but I think I'll pass it on. So that's looking better right here. 114,000. However, I'd like to find at least 200,000 total, and that was barely just scratching the bottom edge of that. Yeah, the more the better, obviously, especially when you got a fun army like this. Now, this army composition, the main part is actually going to be the wizards, not the P.E.K.K.as. Those 20 wizards take up 4 supply each, so that's 80 supply worth of wizards. Meanwhile, the P.E.K.K.as, the level 2 P.E.K.K.as, are, what are they, 25 supply each, I do believe? So they take up less than majority supply of the amount of supply. Now, this right here is pretty much exactly what I was looking for. Town Hall 8 with a ton of resources. So you know what? We're going to go for this guy. I don't think that my army will be strictly necessary for this, but you know what? I sort of wanted to use P.E.K.K.as, and you guys wanted to see P.E.K.K.as. So you know what? P.E.K.K.as it is, guys. Alright, so don't have to worry about air defense with no healers. Let's worry about taking out the mortars first. That's going to be a good goal. So I want to come in here on the top or here, go for this mortar and then this mortar. The P.E.K.K.A should work their way in like that, and then I'll use the wizards as backup. So we're going to go ahead and start it off with, where's that wall breaker? There's the wall breaker. One wall breaker, it might die, but nope, guts through right there as you see. I'm just going to drop one P.E.K.K.A, make sure it goes to the wall. Good, he does indeed. And then I'll drop the second one because I know it's going to be good. Dropping these guys. These guys are going to be distractionary. And we'll drop a couple wizards here to distract, as mentioned. P.E.K.K.A should be working their way in. And hopefully we'll go through the wall next. I expect they'll go through the wall next because that is closest. Perfect. Don't drop all my wizards. I don't want my wizards to get splashed up by mortars or wizard towers. Mostly mortars, but wizard towers are of concern. I'll drop a couple more archers up here to work on those storages. They might die to some whatchamacallums. That mortar down here on the bottom might hit him. Ooh, gold grab. Oh, it's my third gold grab. Awesome. Actually, that's awesome. That's 100 million gold stolen. That's sweet. I've been pretty slow to do that because I haven't been raiding much lately, so the last bit took a very long time. But you know what? I'm glad to get it. The good news about this guy is I think my P.E.K.K.As will do a really good job staying alive. Even better than you might otherwise expect, because basically their defenses are really, really, really spread out. Yeah. So as soon as this last P.E.K.K.A alive gets over here, kills this wizard and distracts this mortar, I'll bring in some archers from the top left to kill the mortar. Perfect, right there. And that should do a good job there. Hopefully they won't all die to the wizard until it's dead, and indeed they didn't. I'm going to drop some goblins up here to help these wizards out getting into those storages. Well, not really getting into, but collecting while they're distracted. So one last P.E.K.K.A is alive, and one last wizard is alive. Wizard tower, that is. I got plenty of wizards, and you know what? I've actually got 3 left over, which I'm not even going to have to spend. Wow, that was pretty easy, actually, right there. Thought I'd have to spend a couple more guys, but you know what? What I was talking about there in the middle was their defenses were really spread out, which just is not good for killing stuff. He had 6 storages in the center, which you might think makes him protected because they're in the center, but the problem is they end up just pushing your defenses towards the outside, which means your defenses can't cover one another, which is bad. So yes, I was able to take out all the defenses pretty easily, I would say. Yeah, pretty easily indeed. And got a really nice chunk of change. We got 250,000 gold, as well as some good elixir as well. So let's see. How can we spend this? So 250,000 gold is actually like a great raid, but unfortunately it's actually not that much when it comes to actually spending it. So I think I'm just going to throw it all into walls right away. I'll keep setting up the elixir so I can get my other stuff upgrading. But you know what, before I forget, let's go collect this guy. Steal 100,000,000 gold right there. That's impressive right there. I'm happy to get that. And 20 gems will, of course, keep us moving towards the 2,000 that we need for this last builder site, although that's probably not in the too near future. Now, for spending the gold, we do have a couple of options. And I'm going to keep this video short, so I think I'll go look at a replay after this, but I won't be able to do another attack. Got this place to go. It's a fun sports game to go to, actually. So, yes, got that. So we'll spend the gold, and then I think I'll have to sign off after watching an attack. How I'm going to do this is throwing it into walls. So, I've talked about this before, but people who spectate my base might be very, very confused to see that I've got level 1 walls mixed in here. So there's one right there. One here, one here, one here, one here. Basically, yeah, they're all around. Here's another one over here. Basically, you might be very confused why I have level 1 walls. And the thing is, my walls are completely laid out to defend against wall breakers. And in fact, the vast majority of my attacks are merely picking off my drills and collectors on the outside, as you will see in a minute. Mines, drills, and collectors right there. So, having level 1 walls is not a big downside, and in fact, it really isn't much of a downside at all. So I'm going to upgrade these slowly, eventually, like I'm doing right now, just chain upgrading. But it's not something I really need to hurry and worry about, is the awesome part. Because the fact is my defense doesn't really rely on these being high level. The fact that they are in the center rather than on the corners means that wall breakers will be very, very unlikely to hit them. So that is intentional as well. Alright, so there's that. Don't have enough gold to do the last one. However, I can replace some traps. I have not been playing much lately, so I don't have many traps out. I'm going to replace these air bombs first, as I consider them the most sort of important, I guess. I got these 2 here. The other 2 got activated at some point. I don't really remember. I don't watch all my replays, especially when I'm being super, super inactive, which I shouldn't be doing. By the way, let's just always make sure you're donating to clanmates. And when you've got the troops, you might as well. And we'll let that golem finish up, and I think I'm going to do another golem? 2 golems? Ooh, that sounds exciting. I'm going to do another golem. I'll queue up some wizards after this, but that will be our follow-up army, because we're doing a little splurging today. Now, in terms of the last bit of gold, I did just build those air mines, air bombs. Yeah, air bombs, because they aren't the seeking, they do splash. Their main goal, spread out like this, is attack minions, so that's what I want to use them for. Now, I can go buy some bombs and stuff, and spring traps perhaps, so let's go find some bombs. Now, where was I putting these? I can't really remember exactly. I might not even have had them put out on this base, is the interesting thing. But I'm going to put them in places where units should not try to escape from. But I also don't want to put them out here, because then they'll just get activated too often and not be any help whatsoever. But I'm going to try to put them in places which units will be, like I said, getting distracted in. So we're going to make a spot right here, actually, for them, because I think this is going to be a great spot. Basically, I want units to stop within the radius, and then while it detonates, stay nearby. So by putting them very close to these buildings, we're able to get barbarians, goblins, and to a lesser extent archers. Mostly we're going to be barbarians and goblins, which is great, and that's what that's intended for. Got the gold to burn, so might as well do it. Got a bit more gold now, so let's go see. I could do spring drops, although I don't have any great spots to put them. So I think I'm just going to do walls instead. We'll just upgrade this one remaining level 1 wall that's over here on this side as much as possible, and then sometime in the future we'll get around to the others. Alright, 10,000 gold left over, not bad. Got the traps out there, and to wrap this video up, let's go check out a recent attack. Ooh, we got minions. You'll notice there's tons of resources stolen. In general, this would be like, if I loaded up this guy, it's all going to be from my storage and collectors. In fact, let's do it. It looks like the most serious attack that I've had recently, so let's see where he got his resources from. Well, you see this right here? These are all very full. Maybe he gets into one storage, but I doubt he gets more than that. My goal is to, I mean, if they get into the storages on the collectors and mines on the outside, that's fine. I mean, you can't protect all of them, so I might as well not spend a lot of effort doing so, which would weaken my base. But let's see what this guy does. He's got 2 minutes to attack. Take him to the town hall first. That's fine. I would expect he goes for all the mines and collectors and drills. And perhaps he'll go try to get one of the other ones a bit more so, but we'll see in a second. I would guess he attacks from the bottom left because he's got a minion, perhaps, or a balloon, but I don't really know. It's hard to guesstimate. It's hard to guesstimate indeed. So we'll see as soon as he takes out this town hall and where he's designed to attack. Sorry about the background noise if you guys can hear that. Alright, so, those archers on the left are dying. Where is he going to come from? Probably should have sped this up, but you know what? Alright, goblins it is. Leading with goblins is alright. If you're going to do very many of them, you're not going to want to put them down all at once. The mortars and wizards just do too much damage. Clan castle guys are coming out, which will help. More goblins over here. They're losing a lot. It would be slightly more effective if you deployed, like, say, hey, actually not more than slightly, but they'd be fairly more effective if you deployed, like, one giant and then a bunch of goblins just to distract the defenses. Yes, much more effective. Also, he's lucky that group of archers was not within range of this mortar, barely out of range it looks like, because you don't want to group up guys if there's any chance they're going to be within range. Now, let's see, what I'm curious is going to be where that balloon comes from. Is it going to come from the clan castle over here? Yes, it does indeed. So yeah, not really intended to deploy the balloon, but this is how he should react. You don't want to deploy more than you have to, and indeed you don't want to deploy more against this base at all. I've got a ton of resources. You can see these are very full, but cost efficiency wise, you're much better off just going for these outside ones. A lot of archers right there. Looks like he could have used some more goblins as army. Big hit with a mortar. Basically showing off that this base is sort of operating as intended. The only thing that I could have done better was log on more often and collect my resources. What happened was this attack came right when I was traveling and offline and did not have any internet access, so I was not able to sort of respond to it and keep collected. You know what, guys, that is going to wrap it up right here. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a bit of a shorter video, but you know what? I've got some special attacks coming up, and they take a bit longer to train, so I can't do more than one at a time. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope to see you guys next time with more special attacks. Let me know what you think, as always. And if you have not subscribed, please do consider subscribing. And if you already are subscribed, thank you very much. I really do appreciate your ongoing support. So thanks for that. Have a great day, guys. Clash on, and hope you're looking forward to the new update.